Hello, people, and welcome aboard to follow yet another World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match, this time between France and the UK. And this is the second out of the two semi-final matches happening today. In the first one, we witnessed Hungary getting more or less demolished by Japan with a wipeout of 5-0. And this time we'll be determining the future rival for Japan into the grand finals. Will it be France or will it be the UK? Time will tell. You can see the lineups on the screen. On table 1 we have I believe the French captain Squalus going up against the reigning world champion Statmat, who has won all but one duel of his in the tournament this year. I think it's 6 out of 7 matches or 5 out of 6. But in any case, he is in a prime condition, to say at least. Then we have on table 2, we have Valentin Andre, the 2023 individual world championship representee of France, going up against Corelli. On table 3 we have 1-3, who is currently I believe undefeated, going 3 wins out of 3 duels, and he'll be getting a taste of Nick Basti. Table 4 we have the one of the French goats, I would say, Vivienne Charlotte, the silver medalist of the Carcassonne Champions League Season 1, going up against Chris Wallace. And on table 5, Lache versus Oluk Cake, whose games I believe we will not be seeing on this stream, as I think Cake has me blocked. So we'll be concentrating on the 4 other tables. Mostly I reckon we're going to be starting either with Squalus Statmat or with Viv Wallace Prime, and I actually believe we will be leaving the games of Statmat to later, as he is known for taking his sweet time. So why not we begin with Viv Wallace Prime. And as per usual, if you do want to see a specific duel or a specific match or game, then do let me know in the chat, and I will do my best to fulfill your requests. Once again, keep in mind the winner of this match will be getting the second grand final spot, and the loser goes to the bronze medal match happening next week, and they will be going up against Hungary, the more or less the dark horse of the tournament, who has made a significant stance and had a major improvement out of compared to the tournaments on previous years, where their Um, best final placement, I believe, has been 18th or so, and now this year it'll be at least top 4 or at least 4th. So great stuff there for Hungary. Now let's see how the French master is going to handle the pressure against a strong UK rival. Both players getting crossroads to start with, and I believe, yeah, it is indeed Viv who gets the first point on the scoreboard. Wallace going to be, or I reckon should be going to extending his road and starting a new city, and also more or less like controlling this city cap in case either of the players grabs a starting tile or grabs a city crossroad, goes over here and finishes a 4-point city. Then Wallace will be grabbing an easy 6 or 5-point road. No big decisions here. Taking 3 points is standard. I mean, I guess for some reason you could do this also, taking 2 points and adding 1 point to your road, but this road is the plans of this road is to be shared, so it doesn't help you that much. And this is just overall a lot better as you are giving yourself a road end, assuming that Vivi gets either a starting tile or a city crossroad over here, and then again helps Wallace out with his road. Multiple options for Viv could really start a city from anywhere where this tile goes to, except from, of course, from here, but could start a city from here or from here next to the city of Wallace, and trying to make it harder for Wallace to complete this city and to create a blocking platform on this square, ending up with a 3-2 mini battle. Wallace does immediately go for a quick city, and also, well, it does come with added benefit because now Wallace will be having a city, a road end at his disposal at the top and on the left. So it doesn't really matter what type of a city tile comes here. It is going to be beneficial to Wallace in one way or another. Starting a field, perfectly let shit, and at the same time trying to make a blocking platform on the lower side of Viv's 1-point city, to which Viv correctly chooses to expand his city with a nice shielded tile and takes 2 road points in the process. And I believe we will be seeing some sort of blocking attack from Chris, either here or maybe here. It doesn't really matter. This one with with the road meeple is actually yeah, I think I think it's good. I think it's good. There is there was a possibility of Viv finding a curve going here, maybe even meepling the road, and then leaving the 2-point road of Chris a bit vulnerable, but doesn't seem to be happening. Wall is undoubtedly going to be going over here, making it a tad bit harder for Viv to complete the city and to, more importantly, prevent a farmer being dropped as soon as this city becomes completed. This should be the number one priority, and a move earlier, this blocking of Chris is also successful. Now is in a 3-2 winning mini battle, and also was able to pre-build his road in the process, so worked out fine for him. We should probably be going for this move, and maybe even dropping a farmer too, because there are so many tiles still that go over here. If he grabs another Dorito, immediately he'll be able to complete an 8 or a 10-point city, drop even a second farmer, progress his monastery even further, like everything will be fine. And if he doesn't, then it's not really such a big risk, because still almost all the tiles are remaining here, and it's not in an immediate danger to become blocked. Hi Alfonso, welcome aboard to follow the stream. Okay, nice maneuver from Viv, adding 1 point to his monastery and pre-finishing his city, waiting for a triple city with anything, and immediately pays off. Of course, it did momentarily, well, or not even momentarily, it did decrease his the amount of tiles that Viv was going to be able to use to finish the city right away by 8 tiles, because it, or actually by 10 tiles, because it took away both dividers and all remaining Doritos. But the good thing is that we've only had one meeple, and it was rather uncomfortable to use the city cap to, for example, here, because he already needs a city cap over here, and thus he would have been potentially left without meeples for quite a while, and he had potentially 2 meeples blocked very, very soon, because there were already 2 possible platforms to start blocking these meeples from. Okay, Wallace decides to limit the connection to a crossroad, which there are still 4 remaining. But I don't believe that this limitation is that dangerous. Though I think the idea here is that now Wallace Prime can go over here and create a double threat, create the threat of blocking this city, and create the threat of limiting this square to a quad crossroad or to a field crossroad, which there are both only one remaining. Now it will be super interesting to see, is Viv going to limit his city to a triple city with a road and complete the city of Chris? Or does he go for an indirect defense? Because he only has one meeple, he does not want to use a second meeple to like attack this city. That is like super bad idea. Okay, he goes for the 75%, so 2 triple cities with a road remaining, and a 75% chance for Viv to draw one of those at some point. Wallace likely, actually, I mean, does he want to go here and limit the connection now, or do you take a 4-point road? Because both will work quite nicely. Both are a good use of a curve. And you have 4 meeples, like you can afford to use these meeples. Okay, interesting. Starts a field of his own for 3 points right now. Potentially 6 points if Viv gets his triple city. I don't believe this was necessary though. I don't believe this was necessary because if Viv finds the triple city, I mean there's going to be 2 6-point fields right here and on the lower side. This could have been done well without a meeple at all. But now Wallace will have a big incentive to place something over here, a city tile, ideally a triple city with a field to like fully block all possible connections from coming from the left, or maybe a extender here. Like those would be the most ideal, but really all city tiles are gonna be fine. Notice how Wallace will not take the 4 points here because that would drastically reduce the possible tiles that he could use here to block these farmers, because there's only one singular dagger remaining with the left hand side curve, which he would now want to use here to block these meeples. And whilst he could have used this Dorito over here to pretty much make the same possibility reality, this is still, I think, correctly like higher up on the priority list, as Viv had no meeples at the time and could have gotten a meeple back with a city cap. Also, Chris has now gotten the 4th remaining field crossroad, and so nothing goes here now. So the only possible route for Viv to get to the field is from here, which he now manages to save, which is terrible news for Wallace Prime, because this this square is not possible to be blocked. And here we go immediately. Now the fight is on. Wallace will have to attack this 12-point field, as he is minus 18 on the scoreboard, minus 26, 25, 24, 23, 17. 17 plus the field. So he's going to have to figure out something, and it's not all that great. Which leaves me to wonder, was this the correct move after all, though? Because like blocking these two farmers was really important. Like it was definitely one of the key moves that that Chris had to achieve, and maybe just rely that he gets the final crossroad anyway. Okay, this right here, I think it's way too premature. Because the threat is now that when someone makes this 4-point city, then Viv will be using 2 road tiles to unify these 2 fields together, and they will be scoring a combined total of 9 points for 2 meeples, which is terrible. So maybe, or likely, it would have been actually better to like not go here. Maybe we could even do something like even meepling this monastery. Well, maybe that's a bit too much, but like something else, I reckon, is what we needed to do here, because this is too passive. We could have tried to like bait Viv to use his final meeple on this 6 or to a 9-point field, and just then start stacking up quick point spots for ourselves, which our opponent could not then use. Now, however, it is not possible. Well, we could make a humongous effort and get a curve over here, a straight line over here, a curve over here, and a curve over here, and bring this meeple all the way in. But like it's a 12-point field versus a 6 already. Like using 4 tiles is not actually worth it. So the question remains, how does Chris get points? Like this one is like for sure Chris has to get this city completed somehow with some tile. Ideally, it would have been with an extender, then perhaps like another extender, and then a city cap, and create a 14-point city plus additional 6 points for the fields. I mean, this also works. Could create an 8-point city and even leave this city unmeepled. Though there aren't too many tiles, I guess, to complete that, but yeah. Okay, limits it to a crossroad, which is probably fine. Well, there's one of those remaining. So, I mean, there are still those remaining, or that remaining. But we do need to hit that 50-50. That's almost for sure. We've plus 20 at the moment, plus 28, plus 26. These fields cancel each other out. 23. Viv is plus 23, and I mean, life's good. Life is good if you are Viv. And now he goes for the full blockade of this 50-50 spot, which is understandable. And even if Wallace would be able to save this, it would mean that his fields would be easily merged together. Well, gets to make a 7-point move, but he's gonna need a lot more of those. Meanwhile, Viv expands the field by 3 points and threatens to expand it even more, which Wallace says no to, and uses his final meeple. And after this, Wallace was like minus 17, 16 or something. And if he gets to the field, it would still be like -4. So it's a really tough road that Chris is trying to climb here. There is still one tile to fit here, the one remaining dagger. And then maybe are there crossroads? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is one crossroad. And that might be vital to Wallace Prime. It's the quad crossroad. So, yeah, Wallace is likely going to be needing this meeple. But what does he do with the meeple exactly? Does he have to rely on like getting this and then getting the dagger, then maybe 6 points here, dropping a farmer, adding one more, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles, which he would need to get in a perfect order, which seems to not be happening. Oh, this is a neat idea. This is neat. So now there's a possibility that Chris gets the quad crossroad, gets the meeple back, then gets a... Okay. Then gets another curve and completes the connection from all the way from here. But are there curves now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are still 2 curves. But what type of curves are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So there is one regular curve and one road triangle, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, one road triangle and one regular curve. So Wallace could be going over here actually, trying to protect this connection, or go over here like straight up, however way he wants it, because Wallace needs to get the crossroad and one of the two curves. Oh, he gets exactly the wrong type of curve as he gets the road triangle, and this is unfortunate as the plan unfortunately has failed, and Chris will not be able to get a majority to the field, but it was a wonderful effort. Would have been netting 4, 5, 6, like an additional 15 points to Chris. What an effort. Oh, no, wait. It still works. Oh my god. Oh my god. It still works. I missed the fact that Chris didn't need the crossroad anymore because he went exactly this way. Wait, is this enough to win? Whoa. Is this enough to win? A 24. Oh my god. Wow. That is the the most remarkable comeback I've seen in a long while. A humongous effort. A humongous effort by Chris Wallace, using his final meeple very early on, like 15,000 remaining or so, and forcing the second meeple to the field. And then, starting from this road triangle, he began to build the connection. Maybe he was even thinking about like doing it earlier with the road monasteries. But oh my god. And this finally, this field Dorito where he made sure that it was gonna be down to a 50-50. He didn't need the crossroad anymore. It was gonna be down to a 50-50 if he gets the curve or not to complete the connection. What a fabulous effort by Chris Wallace. Wow. And it totally pays off. It totally pays off, and UK moves to a 1-0 lead on table 4 against the crown jewel of France, I would dare to say. Wow. Well, that is a super good start for the UK. Let's have a look then at where the others are going. So, Nick Basti taking a 1-0 lead on table 3. So also going UK's way. Then House Valentin. One tile remaining. And Corelli in a 3-point lead with a large ruin. And looks to be so that Corelli is controlling the northern side of the fields with 12 points, 12 plus 3, and then Blitz having a 9 plus 3 plus another 9, so Blitz is winning the fields by 6 points here and takes an additional 6-point field with his final meeple. Deems it to be worthy. Corelli not gonna be able to really do anything useful, I would say, with this tile. Well, he can take 4 points, but I think that's about it, what he can do. Whereas Blitz getting an additional 3 points to his field, which will certainly put a smile on his face. But will it be enough though? It might have just came down to the final tile, and with the right sequence, perhaps the outcome might be different, but let's see. Does Blitz win this or does it go to Corellia? It is a considerable lead on points though. These fields, even though they look great, they might not still be enough. Plus 3. And they are not enough. Just by a couple points short, 4 points short is Blitz, and another game going to the UK. A dream start for the UK at the moment. Aha, so it seems like Cake has, well, probably it was Cake who has been lifting my band, so I thank you for that. Okay, still, this is still the first game. Let me actually double check that. I think this is the first game. Um, yep. So let's dive into it. 1 point lead for Lache. Then we have. Is this people blocked? 1, 2, 3. There is still one starting tile that fits here. But looks like Cake is not fighting for this field in any case. It's actually a 3-0 field, which is rather weird. I would say it is an overcommitment, but then again, not all of the meeples are on the field, so it might have still been in a bit of a precarious situation, this field. Plus 1. plus 7, 12, 19, 22, 34, 28, 17, 11, 7, 4, 1. Plus 1 for Lache. Okay. And it seems pretty easy to make points on this board for both players actually. And this is, well, this is weird. I'm not sure about this. I mean, because the point situation looks like it would be perhaps in Cake's interest to actually merge these fields. And so perhaps he is doing a mistake here, using tiles that he could use for point scoring. Like for example here, adding 3 points to his field. Instead, he decides to go for a block and now merges the fields anyways. So this is a 7-point move, so a 5-point monastery, 1 point to his opponent, and -3 for this city because it is not scoring twice anymore. Now, do we go over here or do we just take 7 points? I think the short answer is 7 points, just because we have only one meeple and we still want to be scoring points. And Cake agrees. 7 points it is. Let's see how many city caps there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 3 city caps. One is the starting tile. One is a city crossroad. And is there a dagger? A dagger as well. Which means that we will be able to block this city if we get a field plus field tile over here, and then there will be no city cap which will finish the city of Lahache. We get +3 points, and honestly the Frenchman should be going over here, I think. But he doesn't, he just takes a meeple back, which is of course defendable. And okay, now as Cake, do we go here and we take away this field connection opportunity, or do we just take the 4 points? Okay, if we go here, it creates a 6-point field. And are there tiles to go here then if the French player attacks from above? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No monasteries, and should be no vanillas either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Well, no vanillas either. And decides to just take away the attacking opportunity to the field, which I can agree with. Because with so few tiles remaining, it's actually going to be a nuisance. What? Oh, no, 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 no. This has to be a mistake this has to be a misclick from Lache. It has to be a misclick, surely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this has got to be a misclick. The French player just pointed the city to the wrong direction, because now he can't ever join to the field with anything, because he has to go over here and over here and over here. Like it's just gonna it's just not gonna be happening. A major misclick by Lache, and it might just be costing him the game. Like the best that he can now get is like the 3 points with this meeple. With if he gets the curve and places it here and gets this one city to his field, but like this is so unfortunate for the French player, and also considering the overall score, where every single table is at the moment controlled by a British player, or the ones that have concluded at least one of their games. All British players are leading 1-0 on those tables, and this game seems to be no different from the others, as it is now, after this misclick, looking extremely great for the British player. 5 points, I reckon, is gonna be what the French player ends up doing. Instead, just takes 3 points. Must have been like banking on like a ninja farmer or something, maybe, because there is still at least one curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. One curve, but maybe a straight line, maybe a crossroad. None of that. So, well, now it's surely gonna be 5 points for the Frenchman. I don't see anything else here. This seems to have been a little precarious move, like having a starting tile, then this, like so many road tiles remaining in the deck. I don't see how it could have paid off. I mean, okay, so the French player should have been was like assumably wishing to get this and then the curve, but now like you can see he instead just ends up giving 3 points to Cake, and it's going to make the situation even worse than it was before. And it's like really not looking good. Like what are you going to be doing with this curve now? You can take 5 points here. This is a 5 point move. This is a 5 point move. If you take the road and surround the monastery. Yeah, just 5 points everywhere. But I doubt it's gonna be enough, given all the features that Cake has. It's plus 10 on the scoreboard, plus 14, 17, 32, 38, 26, 20, 13, 10, 6, equal, plus 5, plus 6 for Cake, and one tile, one dream for 5 points. Which also means that this would have actually been a better move because it would have denied 5 points from Cake. It would have instead been a maximum of 4 points for Cake instead of 5, but that's not really important here. I think Cake is going to be winning by 6 points. Oh, no, he's going to be winning by a lot more than that. By what? 14 points? 11 points. Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, I must have miscounted. I must have like included the 5 points like twice or something. But anyways, that'll be yet another point to UK. And does Matt Tucker make it a complete first round? Does not. Squalus has been able to score one game for France from the first oneers of the duels, of each duel. But France is looking quite bad at the moment, as it is a game ball or a dual ball on 4 tables in favor of the UK. And since we are at it, let's have a full game from Lache and Cake then. Hello Carquignoles, welcome to the chat. Appreciate your presence. Okay. Okay, PGA having some issues. Okay, now we are at it. French player starts the game by grabbing a road pointing upwards so that in case Cake gets a city tile with a road, then he'll be basically forced to indirectly continue the road of his opponent and give extra points to it for completely free. Well, not completely for free. He's getting most often he will get the 4-point city from it as compensation, but then again, so comes live the 6-point loop. Cake responds with the right decision, in my opinion, goes on the right side and prepares to create a platform for blocking in case Lache gets any city tile really, and grabs 4 points or starts a city, then Cake would be able to go over here and limit this road to either a crossroad or to a starting tile or whatever. A very useful knowledge this is. So like if you are not going to be able to get points yourself, are you going to be able to cause harm to your opponent? Well, not directly with this tile, but you can, however, at least create a platform for causing harm in the future, which is exactly what Cake does. Well, Cake is the one who takes the first city and followed by an attack to it by the Frenchman, also continuing his road in the process. And I imagine we are going to be seeing a road-ending move by Hache. Or maybe if he's like super wild, he's gonna go here to prevent a divider. But I mean, you shouldn't really be like that adventurous in the beginning, because it might as well be you yourself who's gonna get a city plus field tile on the very next move and attack the city with a second meeple. And I mean, crossroads are just way too valuable tiles to be used. To be used as a like super super passive tiles. And so it is that we see just a road end added to a chase road. And now, just like we said, we get a city plus field tile and we get to attack the city with a second meeple. All good stuff here. Cake, I mean, I think we just go here and we meeple this 3-point road, or this 1-point road, which is easily going to be made into a 3-point road. I think this is what we are going to see. And it's also going to make it slightly harder for Lache to complete the left side of the city. Then we can attack from here or really just place any tile here to create to create an attacking platform to this square and to create a blocking platform to this square. And what a wonderful tile for Lache, going to be sprinting over here with a 5-point monastery and indirectly finishing the city. A wonderful, wonderful tile. And as Cake is going to be finishing up his road immediately and starting a new city, I assume. He is at the moment looking quite decent, although I do like the French players' position a bit better, even though they don't have any points on the scoreboard just yet. It's going to be like one single curve over here, and they get a 7-point road to their scoreboard, get a meeple back. They'll have a nicely developed monastery, maybe start stacking other monasteries just next to it. And they also, well, basically have the control of this castle. Hello, Pichan. Yes, we could watch Viv's game also. Um, Actually, as they are 0-0, right? Yeah, 0-0. Let me actually pull Viv up. We are gonna be taking a look at. Oh my God, not here. We are gonna be taking a look at Viv's game after the second game of Cake has finished. Okay. Huh. Well, okay, this is not going exactly as planned here. Viv has evened up the score to 1-1. So we can turn on the game from Viv and we will take a look at that from let's say from like time to time. I do like to keep focus on games which I have started watching, but since Viv is having a decider, it will indeed be an ideal game to watch. Also, it will be let's say more interesting usually. Tends to be when it is a decider. Okay, they are assumably talking about a game that they just had. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Viv's game in between and the thinking of latte and cake. And what has happened here is that, well, this road has now been finished, and Cake decided to start a monastery next to La Chess. Instead of starting a monastery over here, they were most likely a bit unwilling to start the monastery here because of this 1 point city. So if they had a monastery over here, then they would not be able to finish the city really before getting a road monastery or a regular curve over here to prevent the full block that was possible to happen if Cake decided to finish this city before fighting a tile over here. Okay, here though, Viv seems to be doing decently with the monastery, controlling a road of Wallace with 7 points to 3, and Wallace gets the perfect tile and gets to start a monastery of his own with a 7 points, controls a potential 8 point city, and also controls, or not controls yet, but is attacking to a potential large city, and now gets the tile to do so. So with the road monastery, I do like the situation of Chris here a lot more. let's get back to Cake and Nache. So, Nache defending the triple city spot with a curve, leaving 3 triple cities available for himself to make the connection. And even if this city would not get completed, it's still gonna be at least 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points if a triple city without a shield is the only thing added to this ruin or to this city. Because it does increasingly look so that this is going to be indeed a ruin. One dagger is already out, and if Cake adds one road tile over here with the field on the left side, then Lache will have a ruin, or well, at this point a city still that needs both of the remaining daggers with the right hand side curve, and it's not going to be great odds to complete the city. It's going to be only a 25% chance that Lache will be drawing both of those daggers, and we'll see if Cake finds this one or this one more preferable. Blocking it is, which is actually going to be fine too for the Frenchman, I believe, because as said, the worst case scenario is, or well, the worst case scenario if the French player manages to find one of the 3 triple cities with a road is that this ruin is going to be 9 points with 1 extra meeple invested from the French player, and 9 points for 1 extra meeple is going to be perfectly fine, perfectly justified to do. Okay, the French player gets a dagger, but not the right type. So, what will we do? Well, one option is to go here and start attacking, or start creating a platform to attack or to harass this square and this city. Or we could go over here and start blocking this city. We decide to do the option 1 though, which I think is better because this is more dangerous. It creates an immediate threat to create points to the opponent, so that's usually the higher priority. And also notice that now that Cake used a triple city with a road to enlarge his city and create a huge threat of completing a 12-point city. Even though Lache got the dagger he needed over here, well, one of the 2 daggers, he needed to instead attack the city, which means that this city or ruin will remain as a ruin. And well, that's probably some sort of a relief to Cake, as he will not have to really he will not have to really worry about this ruin anymore. Okay. This seems like a good move. There's still one divider. Actually, there is no dividers. Never mind. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Well, then in that case, I guess we just do this. Add 2 points. 1 point to the road and 1 point to the monastery. Or this. And well, essentially, what this does is it is forcing Lache to find a triple city with a road to make the connection, the same tile that he needs over here, or to at least find a road triangle to make the connection. So I don't think this was actually that necessary. Well, it did also accomplish one thing, and that is that it prevented Lache from getting a city cap with a road and going over here, attacking to the city with two meeples uh, in a situation where there was still five triple cities remaining plus the quad city, which would have been really, really dangerous. Okay, thank you for the confirmation, Amires. So that'll be the end of a win streak for 1-3, and Nick Basti puts UK on the scoreboard as he scores a swift 2-0 against his French opponent. And UK takes the first match point. Okay, 2 points added to Cake to his monasteries. And here we are going to be seeing some blocking attempts from Lache, trying to block the city, block the road plus monastery of Cake. Rather unsuccessful, it seems, as Cake can now go either over here or over here. Going over here is a bit risky though, because there is still because there is only one dagger with the left hand side curve, and if Hache manages to place a straight road here, then Cake will only have one tile to go here, which is exactly why he does an indirect um, an indirect build of to his road, and also creates a harassing platform to the 1 point city of Lache. And there are still gonna be plenty of tiles to go here. There are still there is still one field crossroad. There's gonna be one dagger, and how many curves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, actually, there are not too many tiles to go here. Only 4 tiles. It's really bad if you think about it, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, only 4 tiles. So even if Cake gets something over here, then there is a threat that these two guys are gonna get trapped to this square, either to a crossroad or to a dagger. So despite actually usually being a rather good move to do an indirect continuation of the road and getting like with a multi-purpose, it doesn't really work that well here. It doesn't really work that well here, as there are simply very few tiles to later make the connection on these roads. Blitz has even score against Corelli, so Valentin is not giving up, and nor he should not, of course, as it is a semi-final duel, and those are the ones that you just have to win. Those are the ones that really count. You only have one chance to do it, and you better do it well. Okay, well, as a compensation of this potentially very dangerous situation, Cake is getting some rather nice tiles in the form of city crossroads, two of them in fact, and is now threatening to actually complete another city. Likely gonna go even over here and start a new city, maybe? Or does he go over here? Both are possible options. Okay. Does go for the immediate threat, and Lache certainly gonna be following up with a triangle of his own and dropping a meeple on it as well, because there are still 5 triple cities plus the quad city. Oh wow, without a meeple. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's rather questionable stuff, I would say, because of having 4 remaining triple cities and the quad city. The chances that the cake is gonna land on one of those is quite high. In the best dreams of Lache, he's gonna be getting the quad city and he's gonna be placing it over here immediately. In the worst dreams, he's gonna be losing the game, as Cake might potentially get like a city, a triple city with a field, go over here, then get a city cap immediately after, and finish the large city, get a meeple back, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 20 points on the scoreboard. All kinds of terrible stuff can happen to Lache here. Something like this. Ask Cake, do we go over here? Or do we go over here? Because that is also an option. Because there are still 4 triple cities. And if we go, yes, I like this, I love this. So we go for the big moves. Because if we go over here, just take 4 points, take a meeple back, then Lache could get something like this, and go over here and place a meeple and just equalize the whole city, which we definitely don't like. But now we have a humongous threat, and we have 4 tiles, that would be absolutely godly for us. You know what? We could even try and force a quad city to go over here. If we block, or if we place a city cap over here, then Lache gets the quad city. They are forced to go over here. Then we get either a triple city with a road, or we get a road triangle. We go over here, and like life would be good. But like forced quad cities are very rare to see, really. Well, we don't need to force a quad city. We just complete the city straight up. We just complete the city straight on, and that's fantastic for us. Lache gets his triple city with a road finally. Gets to take advantage of this added 4 points and 4 points negative on Cake, so this is a 9-point move. Well, Cake also gets a similar type of tile, gets to take 3 points, and soon enough, I'm sure that Cake will be going to take a field of some kind of somewhere, either from here 6 points, either drop a city piece here, like really any city tile here, and drop a farmer for 6 points. Maybe drop a farmer here for 6 points and join this potential 9-point field. I don't know. There are lots of possibilities. But before any of that can happen, I believe now is the time that Lache is going to be finally getting this monastery meeple back. And, well, if he does that, then he will 100% drop a field meeple. There we go. And just in time, as Cake got a city tile of his own, but not gonna be able to drop a farmer now though. But is it worth to drop a city meeple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only one triangle, would need 2 city caps here, which is not too ideal, but we kind of have to drop a city cap. We kind of have to drop a city meeple here to prevent Lache from snatching a possible 8-point city. Though not yet though, as Lache gets an easy 7-point move. And we should be... Actually, we have a great move here. We can go here and we can drop a farmer. Because that creates a wonderful monastery placement. A wonderful monastery spot, which there are still 3 remaining. And we drop a farmer. We go over here. It's already a 6-point field, and it threatens to connect us almost immediately to the 9-point field, which we do have to most likely attack at some point anyway. So why not do it immediately? Like, this is a good move. This is a super good move with a super good tile, because straight roads don't usually provide that much value, and we do exactly that. That's fantastic stuff. We get to again make a super nice monastery spot. We get a 6-point field. We get the possibility to attack to a 9-point field. All is well. +5 for Lache. +14. +19. 25. 34. 33. 32. 26. 30, 18-10. Okay, like maybe everything is not well, but like, but our score, our scoring possibilities are decent because we can get a regular monastery here. We can get a not a starting tile, but we can get a road monastery here. We can do both of those without a meeple investment because we immediately get a meeple back from other monasteries. The scoring opportunities are there, but we do of course need to hit those monasteries. And just one of them might actually not be enough. Okay, in the meanwhile, we get a confirmation that Viv has actually won his match or duel, and so it seems to be. So, despite a great great um, effort on the first game and getting a 1-0 lead, Chris Wallace is not unfortunately able to stop the French menace of Vivian Charlotte, and Vivian scores the first match point for France, tying up the situation to 1-1. Okay, Lache just simply discards a triple city, which I'm not entirely sure if that's the best idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he could just go here with it. There are um, no field Doritos, no dividers. 1, 2, 3. Well, there are still 2 vanillas, but vanillas could also be used to get a meeple back from the monasteries by cake, but no, actually not really actually because they are exactly great monastery spots. So I don't think cake will be placing anything to these spots except monasteries, which is why I think as large we should have gone over here to limit this square to a vanilla city cap. And Lache gets a meeple back. Well, there it is. There is a monastery, which we will be placing over here. Like it does not make any sense to place it over here because then what could happen is Lache gets 2 curves, and not only does he get an 8-point road, but also gets this meeple to this field and overruns the field. So going over here would be a terrible mistake, which is why Cake doesn't do that. Instead waits for field monasteries to come and to make yet another 7-point move. Does he get to make one immediately after? We'll see. He does. Well, that is just fantastic news for Cake. As dreams are coming true. Dreams are coming true here. 7 points plus 7 points, but still I think he is not that great of he's still not having that great of a position in points, I think, because he is 2 meeples behind. I think he is actually ahead by only a couple of points. +7, 13, 19, 21, 22, 28, 19, 10. Yeah, he's only +4. And Lache has 2 meeples more at his disposal. Gets a 6-point field, maybe with added um, potential to 9 points, but only maybe. 1, 2. Well, there are at least 2 starting tiles. No city crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, 2 starting tiles, which serve both as 7-point moves for Lache. Well, that's terrible news, really, for Cake. Okay, can we go over here? And can we hope to get another city cap and go here and finish the city and drop a farmer? Because that would be awesome for Cake, and that's also probably what he needs. Now dead equal on points, but Lache is having 1 meeple more, which doesn't really serve into the favor of the British player. And in the meanwhile, StatMat has also tied up the situation to 1 and 1. So we are going to be seeing deciders on almost all of the remaining tables. Thank you for the confirmation. So, without a meeple, 1, 2, yes, without a meeple, if we do this. If we do meeple here, it's gonna be terrible mistake. Because there are absolutely no tiles to go here. Okay. Lache knows his stuff. We don't do that. Is forced to give 1 point to Cake, but not to worry, as he still has one more meeple, and he still has this 7-point spot for either of the 2 starting tiles if he happens to get any of them. Cake, on the other hand, doesn't have that great scoring opportunities. Well, he can go here, and he can again create a monastery spot. Again, a 7-point monastery spot, which will be great. The issue is that he is also going to be creating a 6-point road that's going to be up for grabs for anyone, and it's going to be a 7-point road when, well, if and most likely when Lache takes it. So that's 7-point move here, 7 points here. Like, that's not really in the interest of the British player, but he might have to hope for stuff like that to happen. So he might have to like go here, then maybe Lache gets the starting tile, then Cake gets the monastery, gets to make the 7 points, is going to be +2 on the scoreboard, then gets to take the road for like +9 or something, then... Oh! Hmm... I don't know about that. Well, actually, no, it doesn't really matter because If we are hoping to get the monastery next, then we would be scoring the same amount of points anyway, which is fine. Yeah, because we would be scoring 6 points for the monastery, and now we are scoring 6 points for the road, so this is fine. And now, I mean, we can't really afford to not go here, because we likely have to just have faith on Lache not blocking us, I guess. And then we need to get the monastery. Huh. Okay, apparently not. But like this is okay. So -1, +6, -1. So we are -1, and Lache has. Wait, what is this? What is this? I have no clue what this is. Because like Lache could be going like here and dropping a farmer. Like this is completely unnecessary. Well, doesn't matter though, as Cake doesn't get his monastery in time, and it's gonna be, I think, -7, -6, and then Lache 5 points. So this is gonna be going to the French player with, I believe, +11 points difference, or well, 11 points difference. Ah, wait. Ah, yeah, that is true. It's gonna go to a decider. This is not yet a match point. But it does mean that we have a decider going on every single table, and we have a 1-1 in match points at the moment. So this is at least a thriller of a match, which is perfect. Deciders on every single table, and why don't we watch a decider of Squalus and Matt Sucker? Because it is certainly going to be pressure on the back of the reigning world champion's head here. Okay, just continues his road and make sure that his road and make sure that both of his roads cannot get blocked to the same square as with the same type of tile. So with a road triangle, Squalus would be able to go over here, block this square completely, and direct this road to the same blocking square as well, while still having a possibility to grow his ruin as he pleases, which would not be great for Matt, obviously. Starts a 3-point monastery next to Matt's, which I don't really like. I would rather see a 4-point monastery controlling the road of Matt, because controlling a monastery with a monastery doesn't really work out in the long run, because usually they get at least equalized, and in this case the new monastery of Squalus was profoundly in a worse place. Matt finishes his 4-point city and starts a field from a 6-point or from a 3-point starting point. And rather than restricting the field, Squalus decides to go for a field fight, which is interesting. But it may work in his favor. Actually, does it? Well, not really as of right now, because neither player has the long-term meeple advantage. Both players only have one meeple fully blocked for the rest of the game. Matt with the point lead though, with 11 points, 15 points, 16 points. Wait, 11 points, 15, 16, 17, 20 points, 15 points, 9, 6. So 6 points is the lead of Matt at the moment, and decides to limit the ruin of Squalus to a dagger. Although it could not have been completed anymore, but the reason why he's doing this is so that he will not have to care or worry about a growing ruin, so that this mini battle here stays in a somewhat contained form. Three points, 3 quick points for StatMat. And Squalus not now able to use a road end to get quick points, which is why he will very likely take this city and surround his monastery, with the road going downwards. I'm having difficult time seeing anything other than that move. Like, sure, if you are like really adventurous, I guess you could go here and like really persist on blocking this this road here. But there is still one triple city with a road, and there is also one starting tile. So even if you do this, then there is no one tile that you could use to make the full block. So it's not really worth the shielded tile. But he is thinking awfully long about this, and I'm not sure why, because I don't really see anything better that Squallers can do with this tile. Valentin has scored a second match point to France. And France is now one game win away from entering the grand finals of the WTCOC 2024. That certainly gives a good boost to the moral of Blitz here, as he can congratulate himself on a job well done, though now everything relies on his teammates. Can they win one out of these two remaining games, or will UK persist? In defense of UK, they have made comebacks earlier as well. They have shown what it requires to take to come back from a losing position. But this day would certainly be one of such treasures which they now need to execute. They can't afford any mistakes anymore. Well, Statmat does have the opportunity to go here if he wants to, but it does give 1 point to the Monastery of Squalus, and there are still all 3 daggers remaining. So it would actually not be such a dangerous block. And well, Statmat can be glad that he didn't do that, because Squalus immediately gets a dagger. It's almost as if Matt knew exactly what tile Squalus had in hand, but I would like to actually assure that he doesn't know that. Though I can't guarantee anything, because weird stuff can happen. Weird programs have been invented, and certainly a lot of programs which I don't know anything about. Although now that I say it, I am like sounding increasingly more guilty, which is not doing any favors for me. So anyway, let's get back into this game and stop guilting myself. Squalus finds another road monastery and gets to complete his previous one, starts a 6-point monastery as a new project, and Matt now faces a small dilemma. Does he use a shielded tile to extend his opponent's city by 2 points and block the possibility for a meeple? And he doesn't do that, and it... Well, I'm not sure if it backfires immediately, but this is certainly not what Matt wanted to see. I imagine Squalus will be dropping a farmer, although there is only one starting tile, but if this square gets blocked, then at least Matt will have to give 1 point to the monastery. But I think he will certainly do that, especially with an unshielded tile. Okay, and now Squallows can't take direct points or direct quick points, but now Squallows can go over here because now this is the final triple city with a road, which means that when we go here, we can on our next turn find another city plus field tile, go over here and block this road. And well, is that not? I mean, he can theoretically save it because there are still 2 daggers, but it's not really a real save because then he might be just directing his road to here and he'll actually need that dagger, and he doesn't really want to use a dagger just to progress a road for 1 point, which is why he instead makes a counter threat of blocking this square. And now we can go over here and pretty much guarantee the completion of our road. I know this 3 points is also tempting, but oh, oh, oh no. Why would you do that when you know this threat exists? And like there, if you go here, there is nothing that can block this road anymore. And with a field fight going on, you are going to need meeples. Like if you are ready to lose this meeple, you might as well be ready to get it out and like spend it here or something, so that if Squallows gets the starting tile, then he'll automatically bring this farmer in as well. But like you had every tile that you could imagine. You had 3 road triangles remaining. You had 2 city crossroads remaining. You had 2 daggers remaining. You had so many tiles to go here and to finish the city and to finish the road. And like you got 3 points, sure, but is 3 points really worth getting your meeple blocked? I would say definitely not. Definitely not. And like if you get, or let's say when you get this meeple back, when you go here with the crossroad, then that's 2 points. So basically that's 2 points for this crossroad and you get the meeple back instead of 3 points and getting your meeple blocked. I mean, I hope this makes sense because I think this is a really crucial error that Matt is making here. Because there is actually, I would dare to say that there is no better tile that Matt can save his meeple with than this, other than getting the city crossroad immediately. But he didn't get it, but he got the second best thing to save his meeple, but he just fully ignored it for 3 points. Which I would say is terrible. He might disagree with me, and he probably does, given that he didn't do that, but I would still say that this is a this is a strong candidate to backfire real bad later on in this game. Like, real bad. Well, Squallows has 3 meeples. And honestly, what he could do is Squallows could do this. He can start pre-building this long road in case he gets the starting tile. And also, now that Squalus has a meeple majority, what he can also do is like go over here, then get a straight road. Then he has two potential spots to attack the field to, or to attack the field from. He can attack it from here, and he can attack it from here. Wait, from here, here, so here, and from here. But like this, like pre-building this long road is the would be the main purpose, which I think would be just exquisite. Matt decides to use a divider to build up his larger city instead of just taking 6 points to the scoreboard and starting a new city. Okay, let's take a look at the points. So Squalus is +8. He's +11, +8, +16, +11, 14, 12, 6. Squalus is +6, or well, now +5, and he has 2 meeples more, which more or less means that Matt does need to get slightly lucky. Well, first of all, Matt will absolutely need to hit this starting tile, because if Squalus hits that, then not only does he get the second meeple to the 12-point field, but he also gets his meeple back from the monastery, and then he can take either this ruin or the city or this 5-point road. So it's going to be like a 15-point move with no meeple investment, because he gets a meeple back, and it's going to be just massive. And he gets the starting tile. He gets the starting tile, and there is absolutely no questions asked in where this goes to. Not only does he get the second meeple to the field, he now gets to take this 5-point road, and now this threat of blocking has just become a massive issue for Matt, because the final starting tile is now gone, and if any tile with city plus field goes here, then this project is also doomed. This is horrible news for Matt here. Just atrocious news, as Squalus gets just a fabulous tile, which might be the decisive tile of the game. I'm not gonna jinx myself. I'm not gonna say that it is the decisive. I'm not gonna say that it is the decisive tile, but it is goddamn close to being that. Because now Squalus has 2 meeples on the field. He has 3 meeples in hand versus one of Matt's. There are 2 places to attack the field from. Well, technically 3 if you take ninja farmers into the equation, but there's no need for those yet. Well, this is the primary spot to attack the field from, because this is gonna be unblockable with a connection through a regular straight road. And this is the secondary, but it builds this large city, which is going to be really troublesome. But now, I think Squalus will, instead of going here, which is also fine, he's going to utilize this attacking spot. now that there are still plenty of tiles to get him to the field. There are still, I think, 4 regular straight roads. Yes, he does that. That is a wonderful move. Now, Matt, do you take a meeple back, or do you go here and do you save this city? 1, 2, 3. Well, but I mean, given StatMat's position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I think he might have to do this because he is he's doing so bad at the moment. He needs to risk, like terribly bad. He pretty much needs to complete this city, doesn't he? Squalors plus 14, plus 19, plus 22 is about to get to the field with a third farmer. That would be plus 34, 30, 29, 27, and this city. So plus 20, well, basically plus 20 for Squalors. And like, how else are you going to get all the points that you need without completing this city? Because Matt will have to attack this field with a third meeple as well. That is like almost a guarantee. Which is why exactly he does take the 4 points and remains and retains. Well, keeps alive the chances to attack, not to attack, but to finish the city. Actually, there is only one triple city, and then there's the quad city, so that's actually a bit worse chance to get the tiles he needs. But he can get this completion with other tiles though, because there are still 2 city crossroads to go here, and like 2 road Doritos, so he can get like a Dorito here and then a city cap here. It's not at all bad. Okay, decides to go with either with a Dorito plus triple city plan or with a Dorito plus city cap. Okay, city cap it is. Because like Matt needs to go here because this is otherwise going to be blockable with a city crossroad, taking 3 points and guiding the additional road upwards, making it impossible to find anything to this hole. Also, it's worthwhile to mention here that Squalors did not actually immediately connect his third farmer with the straight road, but he instead went over here to indirectly finish his road, which is also fine, given the plentiful amount of tiles that he still had in use to get his third farmer to the field. Squalors gets the triple city, the final triple city, and uses it to expand the city of Matt, making it thus really inconvenient for Matt, as there are no triple cities with a road, there are no starting tiles. This is super easy to block, and it gets blocked. And now, if Matt doesn't get this dagger quite fast, he might be in a world of trouble. Might be. Because, okay, let's see. So, again, plus 10, plus 15, 20, 23, 35, 30, 26, 18. Plus 18 is Squalus at the moment. And can get this meeple back. This is gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. A 10-point move. And a meeple back, which is gonna be... Yep, well, now we get that. It's gonna be really, really important. And now there are attacking possibilities to the field also. There is this one right here. And there is this one with a ninja farmer. Quite interestingly, Matt decides to take the road. If I were him, I think I would leave it. Because he might need that extra meeple to fight for the field, or to get that third farmer in from somewhere and attack the field, and then still have a meeple in hand to score quick points with. Or maybe he's just banking, or yeah, maybe he's just trying to bank on the possibility that he can, like on his next turn, attack the field from somewhere, and then he's just gonna get the final remaining field crossroad immediately and can get a meeple back, and then still have a meeple to score quick points with. But he does need to attack the field quite fast, whilst there are still tiles that can actually get him to the field. Because this is another 8 points to Squalus, and the situation is really, really looking bad, even though Matt got his city completed. Plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 29, 25, 24, 20, 19. Plus 19 is Squalus, and with an extra meeple, and like even if Statmat equalizes the field, he's still going to be -4, and he still needs to get this meeple back. The situation is truly horrible for Matt here. And the light at the end of the tunnel is shining brighter than it has ever shined before for France, as they are this close to the grand final spot. This close of getting almost the ultimate reward for all their efforts this season. Matt takes his sweet time and decides that going for the field is not the thing here. Decides that going for another city is. And it seems to backfire, which, like, it was a really, really risky plan, but that doesn't really matter, because Matt's situation absolutely required him to go with full steam, with no reservations, and take the absolute riskiest plan of them all in order to have a chance at this game. And unfortunately, the plan has already failed. One, two, 3, 4, 5. There are no field Doritos. There are no there are no triple cities with the field. There are no dividers. Squalus could have actually done this move even without a meeple. He truly could have. $16, $21, $20. Squalus is plus 20, and both players with a meeple. Is there anything that Matt can do to win this game? Well, in order to define that, we of course need to know the remaining tiles. One is the Quad City. How many crossroads are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is still one crossroad, and that is a city crossroad. Minus 22. If Matt places his meeple anywhere, it's like, yeah, if Matt places his meeple anywhere else than for taking quick points or for taking points immediately on his next turn and getting a meeple back, it's equal to losing the game. That's the baseline here. If he does anything else but scores points on his next moves, yeah, this is round about that. So he goes for a 4-point road. If Squalus goes for a 6-point field, is that gonna be already enough? Does he need to worry about anything? +1, +7, 10, 12, 15, 30. 26, 25, 21, 20, 18, 14. Is it 14? I think I miscounted something. 3, 6, 10, 11, 15, 10, 7, 1. No, 14. So +14 is the lead of Squalus. And there are still quick point tiles. Or there is one quick point tile, that is the city crossroad. Which means that maybe it would be wise for Squalus to go over here and block this 3-point road. I think that would be actually a good decision. Yep. Ah, what a wonderful move it is. And just as Matt is having a crossroad in hand, this is the stuff that happens when you have players that know what they're doing who are playing. So, blocks the 3-point road. Matt will be able to take 2 points, and then the situation will be +12 for Squalus. Matt still with 3 more tiles. 2 of them will need to be used to attack the field. That is dead certain. 2 of them will have to be used for that purpose. This is not the tile to use for attacking the field, so this brings no help at all for Matt. +14, +12, +14. And given that Matt cannot invest his meeple now to anywhere because he needs to attack this field to get these 15 points, and if he manages to get those 15 points, then he'll be at +1, which means Squalus only has to score 1 singular point with his final 2 moves. Now, if Squalus goes over here, Squalus has won the game. Squalus has taken France to the grand finals. Squalus can do anything if he manages to score one singular point. 1 point is what needs. 1 point is what Squalus needs to do. That's all it takes for France to go to the grand finals. Because Squalus can take a draw. Because he was not the starting player, as you can see from the remaining tiles. 1 point. As long as Squalus places his meeple somewhere other than a 0-point field, he will win. That is an option. That does it. That France goes to grand finals. Even if Matt finds a way to attack the field from here and gets to the field, but Squalus would not. Squalus will still win by at least 2 points because of this 3-point field. It simply doesn't matter what Matt can do. There is nothing that Matt can do anymore. Absolutely nothing. Still goes for the field, which is a must. And it was also 100%. No. Yeah, it was 100% success on connecting because of this and this remaining. So a very nice fight still. But doesn't matter. Squalus still wins the field. The reigning world champion unable to bring a match point to his own team. And France made sure, as France now goes through to the grand finals of WTCOC 2024, facing Japan. Facing Japan. And for the record here, let's also see the final game of Lahache and the Cake, although I think they are already done. But of course, we will take a look at the final situation where it ended. And oh my god, it is even more drastic because Cake actually won his duel, and it was indeed the final game between Squalus and Matt that decided the fate of these both great teams. UK will be going to the bronze medal game next week, and it'll happen against Hungary, who, as said before, has made a marvelous run, the best run that they have ever done in the history of this tournament. Hungary, that is. The best run that they have ever done in the history. And they are certainly in great shape and eager to have that extra spot in the World Championships individuals. And so is UK. So next week we will not only see the grand finals, but we will also see the bronze medal game, of course, and we will get to see which one out of these two countries, UK or Hungary, will be which one of these will get its dreams crushed and will not get to send one of their team members to the World Championships, which will be a real blow to the stomach after, well, really after the performance, really after the performance that both of these teams have put together this season. But such is the way of the tournament. Someone wins a little bit less. Grand finals, Japan will be facing France. And let's actually let's not check. But I don't think France has ever made it to the grand finals. Since we have the time, let's see if the organizer page can help us, as it would be quite interesting thing to see. Uh, 2022 was Japan versus China in the grand finals. 2021 it was Japan and Russia. 2020 Japan and Russia. So, which means that France is also making history, getting to be in the grand finals for the first time ever. So far, their best placement has been maybe actually even outside of top 4. But anyways, it is certainly not a grand final spot that they have been allowed to have. So, a short recap. Japan, France next week in the grand finals. Hungary and United Kingdom in the bronze medal game next week. At some day, who knows, we will wait and see what the teams decide between each other. Congrats to every single team that has made it to this point, to semi-finals. So congrats to Hungary and to United Kingdom, who will be fighting for the bronze medal, and even bigger congrats to Japan and to France for getting to the grand finals and for getting the chance to fight for the prestige of prestige titles and for the extra world championships, for the extra world championship spots, of course, as well. That'll be it, everything for tonight. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. I wish you all great rest of the evening or great rest of the night. And I will see you again with some more Carcassonne content, at least next week. Bye for now.